What's up and welcome back to a fresh new video. Getting close to Father's Day out there, so shout out to all the dads. And if you're not a dad, make sure you're sending your dad or any father-like figure in your life, sending them a lot of love for being the coaches and leaders that they are. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about which microphone is going to be best in certain situations. I'm going to share with you some of my lessons and experiences for shooting the type of videos that I shoot on a regular basis. The agenda for today is really simple. We're going to be taking a look at the Rode PodMic, the Procaster and NT1, the NTG5, and the Rode VideoMic NTG. And look, I'm clearly a fan of Rode products. And though they've hooked me up with some gear recently, and I'm clearly a fan of their microphones, they have not sponsored this video. I've purchased most of these microphones, and I'm gonna continue to be a customer of Rode products because I truly think that they punch well above their weight class. In other words, there's a tremendous amount of value for what you're paying for. Let's talk about the PodMic for a second. And yes, you're currently hearing the audio from the PodMic, and I've dubbed this as my studio workhorse. I only like to have this microphone in frame when it makes sense. So if I'm doing like a tutorial where I'm doing a screen share, the microphone being in frame adds this nice touch and feels natural. But if it's a shot just like this, and I've broken this rule in the past a little bit, but if it's a shot like this, I don't think it makes sense to have it in frame, and it takes up some real estate if you want to do some like graphics or something. Besides tutorials though, the other type of reason that I've used this and that I think it makes sense is if it's a voice dominant style shot. So if it's something like a podcast style video, I think it obviously makes sense to have the microphone in frame. Another thing about it is that it also looks fantastic. And it's not really the best thing when you think about like the importance of audio, but it does look cool. It's built like a tank. It's very minimal. So if it is in frame, it is quite small compared to some of the other microphones I'm going to talk about in a second, which I think is a huge advantage. This microphone's also going to work really well for any type of like voiceover work or any type of like podcast style video, but you might want to add the WS2 windscreen to it because it does have a little bit, it has built-in pop filter, but the plosives are still a little bit harsh on it. So anything that's voice dominant that you want the best audio quality, adding a windscreen is going to help out with those plosives a lot and increase your audio quality, reduces the look a little bit, but again, for voiceover, that doesn't matter. And if you're doing a podcast style video, audio quality is going to be the most important thing. Stepping up the audio quality from the PodMic is the NT1 and the Procaster. Put these in a very similar category. Current audio is coming from the NT1 if you were curious. And I use these microphones when audio is the utmost importance. So voiceover, podcast style stuff, similar to what I was talking about with the PodMic, but the audio quality you're gonna get out of these is gonna be just a little bit better. The downside is gonna be their size. And why that's a factor is I have two in frame right now, but I would only have one if I was doing a video like this. As you can see how much real estate that they're taking up and what the downsides from that could be. But again, when I want the best audio quality possible, I'm gonna use one of these two. You're currently listening to the Rode NTG5. I use this microphone when I want insanely good audio quality and I also want a minimal frame. That could be something like an interview where the person isn't moving around too much and we don't want to see the microphone in frame at all. Or maybe I'm doing some kind of product review where we want as much real estate on the frame as possible. Or I want the real estate in the frame when I'm using a lot of graphics. And the last microphone I'm going to be talking about today is the VideoMic NTG, which you're listening to right now, and I'll use this for any type of like vlog style shot or anything where I got to go like out in the field and get good audio, but I want a minimal kit. I also do use it to pick up any like ambiance of the room or any sound effects that I want to use in a future edit. So if you're out there asking, if I had to pick just one microphone out of all of that, all the benefits, everything we looked at, what would be the one microphone that I would pick? That would be the VideoMic NTG. And the reason for that is I can get a lot of uses out of it. I can use it for the obvious use of a vlog style shot up on the camera when I'm out in the field. I can also use it if I want to boom it up out of frame and get the same uses like the NTG5. I can put it up on a tripod and it can now be my tutorial microphone or my podcast microphone. Get in the booth, get it close to my mouth, and now I can have a voiceover style microphone. It also connects to your computer, which you can now use it for any type of live streaming or any type of Zoom calls. So extremely versatile. You can get almost every single use we talked about today out of this microphone. And quick note, if you do boom it out of frame, you're gonna need a very long 3.5 millimeter cable to be able to do that. And the other thing is that it's gonna record directly into the camera. So you don't need to worry about any XLR cables or any audio recorder interfaces. You can go right into camera and get good audio. And if I had to pick two, it would be obviously the VideoMic NTG as well as the PodMic. And the reason for that is because yes, we get all the uses we just talked about here, but if I want to bring my audio quality up a little bit for my tutorial style videos or my podcasts or any voiceovers, I would get the Rode PodMic and use this for the other uses. That would be where I would start, and I would maybe build in the other specialty microphones like the NTG5, the Procaster, or the NT1 if I wanted to increase the quality of those certain situations, but you can get a lot done with these two microphones. One thing we didn't talk about today though is lavalier microphones. And no, this is not a Rode product. This is a Sennheiser AVX. Again, I'm not tied to Rode, I just like their products. Their lav mics, like the Wireless Go 2, I hear is exceptional. I haven't used it. But the reason I didn't talk about lav mics is because I try to avoid them at all costs. The only time I'll actually use them is in a situation that I would normally use a boom mic, but the person's maybe moving around, or if I'm trying to do something like I'm out in the field where I typically use the VideoMic NTG, but if I can't get the subject close enough to the actual microphone, I'll use a lav mic to make sure I get good audio quality. But hey, that's gonna do it for me. My name is Sean DeWispler, and this channel is all about the skills behind the art of creativity. Photography, videography, gear reviews, tutorials. Me being full-time in the fitness industry, it's always gonna have a little bit of a fitness feel to it. So if any of that sounds like something that you're into, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a tap on the thumbs up if it's helped you out in thinking about your audio situations. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. See ya. You still here? I dig it. You may have noticed, especially the longtime subscribers of this channel, you may have noticed that I included some sub-branding, something called Kaizen Vids, in the intro to this video. So what is that? Well, what's Kaizen stand for? Let's start there. I have it tattooed on my arm. Can't see that right now, bad timing on my end. But Kaizen means constant improvement, constantly improving, looking for ways to get better. And from here, any type of video that I do that is tutorial style, any type of teaching is gonna have that sub-branding included. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, it's kind of like McKinnon's 2-Minute Tuesday, but I wasn't gonna do like I don't even know if I can upload on a regular day, and I absolutely can't keep a video to 2 minutes. So we're gonna go with Kaizen Vids. Look forward to doing more of these in the future. All right, see you.